What you're seeing here is some of the perps that in the working environment. I call them clowns and trash. Their job is to try to gaslight me and to make me acceptive of this disturbing manipulation. They really want you to identify as a target individual. Please understand one thing: if you listen to my videos and you watch my videos, one thing it is that I'm trying to do here is to understand the reality of what you're involved in. These clowns and trash and low lives around that are fully aware that what's happening to you is not something happening organically. They're not in something that is making, what they're supposed to do as this participant in this program is to make you identify to something that they know you're not. They know you're not. They understand you're not, but they know that there is such things as brainwashing, gaslighting, and reality can be reconstructed. These trash have no shape. These clowns think that you as a human being don't know yourself, and they can design you to be somebody else and make you accepting of this. Not too long ago, something just happened. Once again, there was some dating profile, and this woman, and she has like 2 young child, maybe 6-7 year old or something like that. Girls, by the way. Sexual stimulation was forced into me. The technology that we deal with can manipulate you in these ways, and it's not even something that's really new. When they make you have these sexual arousals that they can make your brain have, it's not technology that just wasn't created today. It's actually old stuff. What disturbs you the most is not only you get manipulations of that nature that disturbs you, then you have this trash that you, like, for me, one thing I appreciate, and that helps me put things together, is that they have this purpose, just like this trash over there, but even in your work, in your life, like living environments, that wants you to identify with this manipulation. And they say whatever they need to say, they gaslight you, whatever they need to gaslight you for you to feel guilty for how they're manipulating you. Their job is to make you identify with this, and some of them are passionate in regard of like making you subscribe to this manipulation. That passion that they have can be also a dangerous thing for them, because you as a target individual, you think you ever identify with this. So when they do that in front of you, thinking that their behavior of this stranger that you don't give a damn about, that you know they're involved in a program that does these things, in front of you, acting, behaving in ways in order for you to believe this false reality. Thinking that this orchestrated noise campaigns and scripts of things said will make you identify. It will never happen. If anything, it's agitating to me, to the point of like wanting to be aggressive, and I don't want to be threatful. But can you imagine somebody who looks at you is like, yeah, there's something there, and you want to just like, piece of shit, yes, there's something there, and you're that there, you're part of that. Then they go through the things they want to put together. No, but yeah, I remember what you did as a kid. I was try to create stories and manipulation and falsifying and bringing up whatever they can to make you identify with today manipulations and forced experiences. But clowns constructed for the sole purpose to break you down. That man there disturbs me the most. I almost lost my mind once, and it's not gonna be good. Because you're clearly understanding that he knows that your brain is being manipulated. He thinks that his behavior of a clown from somewhere you don't even know. This guy let me just say this. They have this way of insulting your intelligence. That alone can push somebody to be aggressive. It's like, who are you in the first place for me to even think that I will believe what you want me to identify to? It's clear that you just, first of all, a lot of these perps are nobodies. Let me just say this again. The program that target individual are in is a program run by the government. The program is not here to identify you. The program is a program that utilizes weapon systems that are so sophisticated that they're still developing this technology using human subjects. We are the test subject to this weapon system. This technology is weaponized, and this technology that can alter your brain. Since the Korean War, the Department of Defense has invested money, resources, efforts in the development of technology that can alter the mind. This has been a decades old development of technology that can alter the mind. The technology is more than also just what they can do to your brain, but they also damage your body. But it's another segment of the technology that is remote technology that can harm you physically, but psychologically alter you. But they also have these layers of individuals that they include in this, and this is part of the mix that's supposed to gaslight you. They're supposed to make you identify with this. And I'm telling you, this is a grown man with children, but he acts like a child. I live in an environment where there's a lot of childlike trash. These clowns are even more that now there's something. That's what they say via the technology that can interact with you. So you've heard the terminology V2K. It's called voice to skull. Now, I'm not an expert in this. The only reason why now my expertise have been elevated is because as a target individual, you start looking into that. It's like, who is interacting with you? You can hear these interactions, but not from like some very impressive individuals. In my cases, when I'm at home, I hear very childlike individual. And I was like, it sounds like neighbors interacting with you. Then clearly you start listening to testimonials of other target individual, and you hear, oh, this is a program that's very well orchestrated. And they also try to kind of confuse the target individual to make you believe this is anything but a massive government. A lot of target individuals say, yeah, when I hear this interaction, I hear that childlike individual. They sound like middle schoolers, kid-like individual, childlike individuals. Even the adults sound childish. And they pipe their voices into your brain via this technology called voice to skull. Also a technology that's not the most it's not the sophisticated, like it's been up there for a long time. The way they use those voice to skull technology is once they manipulate you, then they pipe their voices. It's like, yeah, there's something there are something. I don't know if the reason why they use childlike individual to partake in this is because they want you to start thinking like a child, as in like have a logical sense of a child, and maybe having a undeveloped individual talking to you will make you be an undeveloped logically person. I don't know if that's that, but it feels like that's what they want me to think. It's like, because this clown is a clown, you have to become a clown. It's clear that I'm being manipulated. I know myself. I'm not going to listen to a freaking retard talking to me, telling me what's that I'm not being manipulated. And the way they behave is some people who behave this way so you can identify with these manipulations. It's the behavior of somebody who's trying to gaslight you. And it's funny for me because you can hear them try to gauge, okay, what's the tonality? It's going to sound less like we're just trying to brainwash him, gaslight him. And you hear this child like try to change the tonality via V2K, interacting in the just, oh no, there's something. Like that, that's an example. When they pipe their voices, it's like there's something there. Is there? There are. And I can imagine this childlike individual saying this way, thinking, oh, if I say this in this more serious and calm fashion, it's gonna sound more logical. And you just like, you are just a clown who wants me to identify with this target individual. What is happening to you is pure manipulations. And who is around you are just the clowns these entities are utilizing to partake for the breaking down of your ego, of your identity. So when they stimulate me in this fashion, first of all, the first thing I like to do, I take screenshots and show, listen, this is what these people are doing to me. I will never identify with this. I know this experience are not natural. And you hear me with them try to manipulate my speech, which is part of the technology. But I show these videos and be like, this is something that they manipulate me to these kids. And guess what's happening around me? noise campaign. They have these theatrical ways of behaving. All these brainwashing 101 tactics, and it's non-stop. And that's typical brainwashing tactic. It's repetition, reinforcement of the manipulation that they have you experience for you to identify with this. And then when you're in the public, they think, oh, they're like babies, look at children, look, and they make you experience this, oh, our children. And it's clear, it's like, okay, so you think I don't think I'm being manipulated. You clown, you're behaving this way because you know I'm being manipulated and you want me to identify with this manipulation. Right now, I'm still feeling the sexual stimulation they forced me to have earlier. I understand, it's degrading. This technology is weaponized because the truth is they really want you to kill yourself because of this tormenting tactic. With me, I'm too accepting of the reality. That's my mind is no longer mine. The reason why I'm experiencing this manipulation is because I'm forced to experience these manipulations, and because I understand the technology that we deal with, target individual, a technology that can rewire your thought process. The clowns around you, the trash the government uses. As you being used to be the test subject, they're being used to help the test subjects identify with this that is manipulating to him. I will die in sufferance in whatever ways, but will never identify with these things. And this trash, however they die, whatever good comes to them, I want them to understand they felt the one thing that can be fallible. They were just childlike trash retards that if they would have made the mistake to think that they could do this and think that I will identify with this manipulation because they have this behaving ways of just with this fanaticalness. They're fanatical in regard of making you accept a false reality. That's what is there. That's the fanaticalness about them. And their repetitions and the way it's just the brainwashing tactics. That is so script-like. It's magical. Somebody like him disturbs me the most because that's when target individual, the aggression comes in. When I'm in the office, somewhere professional, now I deal with more mature adult individual. But that makes it even more obvious that you're being manipulated. Because when you deal with childlike individuals, you know their mental retardation is strong. And I'm sorry for using retardation as a word to describe how illogical they are. But it's just the term that I heard another target individual say. Because they truly are retarding your logicalness. These clowns things that they just agitate you. It's that's that. They know that. They know that, they are the guy. They know that if they say that in your face, the guy they do that to, they will look at you as like, I know what's there, and this is what you guys do. At this point, it just brings rage. But then you have this purpose here. Now, these ones have pride. Why? I'm in a working environment. This is a professional man who works in some kind of let's just say he's in sales. Okay, he's in sales. I'm working in some kind of sale-like environment, but he's participating in this. He clearly is a nobody in the sense of what this program is about. He's just participating in this. I'm not saying he's a nobody in regard of his position at work, in regard of where he's standing in the company, but in regard of this program and what this is about, he's a nothing. But he wants you to look at him and he's just observing this. Like I don't know that right now this guy is just like out here doing accounting. But I'm supposed to think this accounting is also involved in this program that's observing my reaction that's so naturally happening in my brain. First of all, if anybody's observing what's happening to you, they know what's going on. Because when I say observing, They want me to think that they're just seeing these reactions of how when I'm seeing these children, and this observed reactions are just something that just, oh my gosh, I just saw that. What did you see? A reaction that is not manipulated? Oh, of course. No, they saw how you were manipulated, and they know that you're being manipulated, and they know that their job is to make you think that you're not being manipulated, because if they behave this way, you should think, oh my gosh, I'm not being manipulated. They clown. You see how they want you to not be a critical thinker. It's not, and actually it's so funny because it's not even being critical. This is not even critical thinking. It's just pure basic logicalness. The very minimum standard logical. Just the basic of being logical. I know who I am. I know that these experiences are not something I would experience if something in my brain is not being altered. But I'm supposed to look at this stranger there, his behaviors, and make me think, oh, because this guy is doing this, observing this thing, I'm not being manipulated. Do you see the audacity this trash have? And then they're like, no, they're reviewing your brain. This is just a study. It's a research that does not manipulate your brain. You freaking clowns. And they really want you to believe this. When you are at this point, at this stage of being a target individual, if you could watch my first video, it was in 2020. It's almost 5 years ago. I've heard testimonials that validates me in ways that's just scary. And then they have people here who are who probably like 10 years old when I was making these videos. Tell me no, though we're reviewing your brain. Like you, but first when I made my first video 5 years ago, you were probably like, wait, 11 years old, 12 years old. So you clown. Trying to convince you're not being manipulated, and then being validated to the point of other target individuals saying the exact same things. Oh, I'm being sexual stimulation. There's mothers. It's funny. There's a testimony of this woman, which they try to negate her narrative. In 2020, in 2020, when I made my first video, shortly after discovering what really was happening here, because the manipulation started in 2019. Confused, I didn't know what the hell was happening. I was writing letters to different newspapers and things like that, thinking I was just happening to me. And then in the summer of 2020, shortly before I started making my first video, the reason why I got inspired to make videos, I found a bunch of testimonials from all around the world, mostly American target individual, describing their testimonials, and those were sent to some kind of, I don't know if it was supposed to some kind of like Department of Justice entity. Those testimonials were all around the world, from target individuals all around the world, but majority were Americans. There's a woman, and I think her testimony was in 2011 or so, something like that, living in North Florida, and she described the exact same thing, saying, and she's a mother of kids. She said, my family and I were targeted, and there have been these people moving around me, and they do this thing, and they'll act this ways, and act like they're protecting the community. And then all of a sudden, this new manipulation, they started manipulating me in these ways. It started with my dog. They started giving me sexual arousal when I was petting my dog. And then the sexual arousal they start aiming those toward children and other people, young people, and even homosexual. And now they make me have sexual arousal anytime they want me. It's disturbing, right? And I found some more testimonial. Mariana, I forgot her last name, which if there's a target individual testimonial you're going to hear is hers. Very well described in details of what's happening to her. And I'm sure a lot of target individuals can relate to hers. I did. Calling out the sexual manipulations and the sexual stimulations and the pedophilia type of torture. She starts saying these things. And other target individuals mention a lot of sexual arousals manipulated in ways that They play with the libido in tormenting ways. Women saying, I know who I am. I've been me long enough to know who I am. I'm like, Jesus, this is this. And then to hear these clowns here using this basic brainwashing tactic to try to gaslight you, brainwash you into accepting this false reality. From deflections to fear tactics to repetitions to the basic 101 to tactics of brainwashing somebody. Meaning to make somebody identify with a false belief, a false reality. Some of them are childlike people who were just like born 2 years, like barely alive, to try to gaslight you. And then you see this clown here, years later. I'm here, I've been making videos. As a matter of fact, I've been on TID awareness. This is happening to men, women, and children. I'm a victim of the V2K and this and that, and I know what this means. And hearing other people talking about how they're being altered in these ways and being manipulated in these ways and degrading. And I'm supposed to think this clown in accounting is the validation. This guy's disturbing. And when these people who participate in this program, because they participate in this program clearly because they benefit from this. And can you imagine being involved in something that can alter human minds? That alone, I can only imagine how much fun it could be for certain people. I can imagine them enjoying that. We're talking about the latest, most advanced technology that can change human beings. They participate in the puppeteering of a target individual. This guy was laughing at me. He's like, oh yeah, talk about all the talk about swastikas and things like that. And you know why he's saying that? It's so disturbing. They tell me that they're gonna frame me with children. They tell me there's gonna be children around me, which I think is gonna be around these neighbors, teenage kids. They acting like they're getting raped or interacting with me, or we're having some kind of romantic relationship with children here. And they tell me I'm going to be raped by some Aryan brothers in prison. Now, first of all, what I just said gives you an understanding of the agenda of people who's supposed to not be manipulative to my brain, but just observing to my brain, would do if they had the ability to manipulate my brain. So I'm supposed to think that people involved in a program that usually can manipulate the brain will not manipulate my brain in this degrading way. Freaking trash. And so this guy was happy. He's like, yeah, swastika. And they said something about Aryan brothers. You know, not too long ago, and you'll see this video. It's so disgusting. Listen, the Aryan brothers, you know, when you hear Aryan Brotherhood, and you hear these gangs, and you know they all just do foul things, but when you hear Aryan Brotherhood, you hear that another extreme of evilness. And I'm like, you think that Aryan Brotherhoods are like a group of people who protect children, right? It's clear that these are very, very foul people, dangerous and evil in different ways. And I looked up, okay, Aryan Brotherhood and child crimes or things like that. Oh my gosh, I found like last month somebody from the Aryan Brotherhood, you should see a picture of him. Like he has if there's a picture of every Aryan Brotherhood gang member, white man, big, tough looking guy, tattoos in his neck. Sentenced 60 years for raping a 14-year-old kid, drugging her and grooming her. Saying some of the Aryan Brotherhood gang members that were put in jail, some of them for child exploitation, basically trafficking children. For trafficking, sex trafficking, by the way. So when I see this trash here, excited about kids pretending to get raped so I can get raped by these people who, let's just say, are here raping children and doing things to children. But I'm supposed to think they're doing it because they protect children? Can you imagine the rage you can have? And then think they're not manipulating my brain? in these degrading ways? And this guy is behaving a certain way. Oh no, it's you. Oh yeah, pedophiles. Trash. We know who's your pedophiles. And by the way, let me just say this again, as I'm saying that there's a lot of manipulation happening to my neck. These people are just nothing. Like I said, this accountant, who is it? What the heck? And he's not really an accountant. I'm just giving him a regular job name, but it's something else. But let's just say he's an accountant. This guy in sales, let's just say. Who is it? What was this random clown here in this office be? Do I think this guy is who's behind this? No! The entities behind this is the entities who've been developing this technology, and the reason why target individuals are being utilized and what is the target individual is we're test subject to get these governmental entities. Which governmental entities? The governmental entities who've been developing this technology since the 50s. The Department of Defense, which have had issue with pedophilia that are so disturbing that they created a bill to try to stop what was happening with the DoD. The DoD in 2018 was ranked top tier child porn trafficking internet network, computer network. They realized that a lot of child porn was being trafficked and shared in this network of the DoD computer network. And we're ranking the DoD network as one of the network with the most child porn being trafficked between peer-to-peer DoD employees in this network of computers. That a bill was created to try to stop them from using computers given to them by the DoD to traffic child porn. Those are the entities behind this. So to know the entities contracting the clowns like this, from this clown in this office to this clowns living around me who's supposed to make me think this is their technologies. And they're not manipulating the brain. They're doing a research that does not consist of manipulation of the brain. They're just observing a research that doesn't consist of manipulating the brain. These people who's having children pretending to get raped will not manipulate my brain, even though this is something you've heard before as a target individual. Other target individuals say they play with your libido. They manipulate your brain. This disgusting trash. And then they have these clowns in real time behaving in certain ways and wanting you to accept these things. Contracting loserness of human beings, teenage retards with their fanaticalness in gaslighting. You know how the child when they don't get what they want, how they behave. That's these clowns. And they do this not understanding. Oh, we're doing that to a person who at this point, you sign up to be you've been involved in something else, huh? You have your retardation versus all this fucking logical, critical thinking. Obviousness, not even critical thinking is over saying it. You don't have, it's just thinking. Forget about just critical. It's not even critical to clearly see that they manipulate people in this way. It's the most obvious thing that it'd be an overstatement to call it critical thinking. It's an overstatement. It's just it's not even critical thinking. To see clowns like them, and they get more enraged and fanatical when it's so in their faces that you are clearly manipulating the brain, and I don't even have to look too hard to find out that this is something they do. And then they get mad because I'm being forced to get this manipulation. I don't identify with this. I know this trash are doing that to me. Oh, yeah, nice. You burn hell. Like, I'll jump in fire, you piece of shit. Because I know what you're trying to do. This is part of brainwashing. They even going to utilize torture to brainwash me. It's like, let's go. I can light myself on fire to make sure that you don't even escape in this. Target individuals stay strong and do not identify with this disturbing manipulation. But you have clowns like this that come in all shape or form. One thing that disturbed me, in my videos, if you go through my videos, I made thousands. I think it's getting close to 2,000, 3,000 now. Of the same videos, they making me have this sexual stimulation. Look, and I show exactly what they do. Look at this baby, just a random child maybe in an ad or maybe in a picture with somebody, like very wholesome thing that they falsify. One of the most disturbing part here is it made me like almost lose my mind. I saw this trash. I remember they made me have this disturbing falsified memories. Oh my gosh. By the way, it's scary to know that there has been a long legacy of technology that can manipulate your brain. They've been working on for so long. The reason why I know about this, and maybe that's my fault, is because I became a target individual and I started looking into that. But it doesn't take much research. Matter of fact, the bare minimum of research, you'll find that, oh my gosh, they've been working on that for so long. They have books about this. There's been like pioneer neuroscientists and neurotechnologists, and that it's since the 50s they wrote books. They're in the libraries of these medical universities about what they were able to do to monkeys, to bulls, to human beings in the 50s and the 60s. There's been articles from the New York Times in the 70s. It's so a long legacy of all kind of things they've been able to do. It's so easy to find what they're capable of doing. That what they were able to do back in the freaking 60s and 70s. That you can only imagine today how much manipulation can they do. Matter of fact, this trash make me think that, oh no, actually, today we don't manipulate the brain. We're mapping the trash. Like, the interest of manipulating the brain is ended now. And they have clowns with no shame. It's like, I'm never gonna let that happen. And the gaslighting comes in all kind of ways, man. Listen, I'm employed currently by opportunists. I won't say the vertical yet until I'm no longer with them. But to see how they try, and I record them when they do the gaslighting. But I show the videos. I make the videos and I show, listen, this child here, they stimulate me, told these babies, and I'm supposed to think I'm not being manipulated. They did that to a friend. Well, it's an old friend. I knew her since even college. She had something with my friend, and then me and her had like a quick fling, and she had I think it was either her sister's child or her younger sister, her baby sister, and they stimulated me in this disturbing way. It's so nasty. There's a picture of the younger. They're at the beach, and the kid has her underwear on. But she's eating chips or something and it's like in between her legs. And they stimulate me toward that picture. It was so disgusting. But what's disgusting, as I'm trying to show the picture of what they're doing to me in the video, I'm like, hey, I accidentally hit the picture. And you know what, on your phone, if you press on the picture, it can zoom in the picture. And they did that on purpose. So they will try to zoom into the private part of the kid. Private part. But thankfully, she has chips on, so the chips are covering, and they were trying to create some kind of. And I'm like, oh, this is what they try to do. This trash here is like, oh yeah, you try to zoom toward this. It's so disgusting. And today it's funny. I was trying to show what they were doing to me. Toward this baby, she's in the pool, like a baby pool, shirt off. She got her little chest out. And I'm trying to show the pictures, look, and I zoom in the picture because you can clearly see, look at this baby. It's like, oh, you see, there you're zooming, you want to see the kid's chest. I was like, what? It's like, yeah, just like you. And they start creating these mental games, you wanted to zoom there. It's like, you try the little baby chest, what the hell with that? It's like, no, you see, you wanted to zoom there because, no, I wanted to zoom to the picture just so you can see how wholesome this baby is in the pool. Because I'm showing from a picture on my phone to another phone. Like, no, you wanted to zoom there just like you wanted to zoom on the private part of this disgustingness. And they really want you to identify with this. And you hear these clowns like, no, there's something there. Trash. The pedophiles are the people who employ you with nastiness. And the trash, this nasty low life, want you to identify with how they manipulate you and make you think in these disturbing ways. And act like they're protecting children. They are so disgusting. They deserve to die in ways that, biblical. They know that. They know that their life, this fucking time, a life that we have on earth that's limited. This trash live this limited life doing these things. And telling you, it's our truth. Poor nasty trash. It's not your truth. It's your opportunity to feel like God. But you have to do these pedophilia things. I guess that's the price to be God's. As I say, opportunity, they try to make me imagine of these opportunities. They try to make me imagine as disturbing things. I will never identify with this. Your truth is you're involved in a program that can alter human mind. Your truth is that you're supposed to make me identify with this manipulation. Your truth is you know exactly who I'm not, but you try to make me be the thing that you're designing me to be. And the truth is you know there's nothing I can do about it. And that's the truth. Your truth, my truth, the truth. The truth is you have fun doing it. You enjoy doing it. But you don't want to deal with what you're part of now. And the truth is clowns like this are involved in this. And they try to use whatever they can. Like, nah, remember what you did as a child. Yeah, peddling the trash. I'm a grown-ass man who knows the truth is these people are pedophiles working for a program. They're working for a program where they manipulate people in these disgusting ways. And the people running this program have problem with pedophilia. And they do the pedophilia type of torture as a way to break people down. And the truth is, they know that the program tortures children, harm them sexually, harm them physically, harm them psychologically, harm them health-wise. And that's what the truth is. And that's their truth. That's my truth. That's the reality. And I will never identify with how they made me experience toward, let's just say, Amanda's younger sister or sister's child. This profile date with holding these babies were like 6-7 years old. This little baby that was like 2-3 years old in the pool. The way they try to recreate the reality and put it on your Zoom now, that's what you try to do. That's why you're manipulating me. Try to look at these babies in sexual ways. The truth is, you're not here protecting children. You are here trying to look like you're protecting children so you can enjoy what you're involved in and doing these disturbing manipulations to present yourself as something that you're not. And to whom? Because everybody knows, target individual, know one thing. This trash thing, I'm just saying this to explain myself. Everybody participant aware of it. I can't be this genius and everybody be an idiot. The reality is, it's fun to participate in this. They can make me have all the experiences they want. They become the puppeteer and I'm the puppet. Who would want to be participating in this? Who would want to be able to just do so much, like with this kind of technology? You're talking about human control. You tell me nobody will, what? They love these things. There's no need to explain to me why would people participate. Target individual, people are easily influenceable in the first place. You give them incentive of that nature, and then you create an ecosystem where this thing is normal, and then you give them the incentive like, this is what you can do. You know how much fun they can they can enjoy? Oh, they laugh about how they manipulate me. You should see them like, oh my God, start laughing when they manipulate me in this way. Have me like a weird emotion and they are laughing their life or enjoying that feeling like gods, and then go back to whatever issue they have in their life. Laugh about what they're singing, how the horror I'm going to go through. See, laughing about me as a like the things these people, like the enjoyments, the fun they got of it, is something else. They just have to become trash and retards. Right now, somebody say, nah, I laugh. Oh, poor freaking retards. It's clowns working for top tier child porn traffickers wanting me to identify with this. Then one and the target individual, they don't know understand that they're human, huh? Some of them think they probably are gods. You know, I was shocked to see how out of touch we react to some of these perps are. I was in the office and I looked at this person. She was laughing, and I looked at her. I was like, I have nothing to lose. So I just made a conversation with her. It's like, listen, and I wanted her to read in between the lines. You see how close I am to you. What if I decide to end this for me, but end this thing for me by ending something with you, using you as a way to transition? I mean, you're doing this evil to me. Why would I not want to do evil to you right now? She was shocked. It's like, oh my God, what? That's when I knew these people are not. They just they really have brainwashed themselves more than me. I was like, you don't understand this, huh? Oh, you think look at you. Look at me. Do I look like I think I'm not being manipulated? Do I think I'm subscribing or identify to what this clown, this retard's talking? Have you seen what retardation they look like? Do I look like I think my brain is now being manipulated? Do I have doubts that something is now happening to my brain for me to experience that? Do I think that because I'm going to be shanked or stabbed, I'm not being manipulated? Because some freaking retard is yelling that. That's when I knew these people are out of touch. And they're like, no, but wait, man, you were a kid that did this happens. Like, and what is, how they want me to think? Well, just mad that you feel like that when you were a kid. It's like, you're a bunch of retards. You fucking retard. Imagine I look at this grown ass man. It's like, no, but when you were a kid, you like that's what you experienced, and we're mad that you fucking retard. Remember what you did in 8th grade, and you just try to make me like trash ass. First of all, even when I was a child, I never experienced that. But I'm a grown adult man. I don't think that the brain of a child shouldn't be comparable to a brain of an adult? And if somebody is compared to a child's brain, you're saying that you're clearly altering my brain in this way because that's the design experience that you want me to experience. And then you think I'm going to be identified with this manipulation, with this fucking retardation of logicalness? Target individual, stay strong. This trash and these clowns around you are just nothings, first of all. And I'm not saying nothing in the status of where they stand in their career. It's that they're the nobodies. It's a massive government doing this that's connected to the Department of Defense. The clowns that you hear and interact with you. In my case, some of these retards were like 10 years old when I was making videos. Just 5 years ago. Those are the clowns that are supposed to make me identify with this. I'm like, good luck trying to do that in my face and think. Okay. Yeah. Like, okay. Imagine this retard here then, who are excited to have kids pretend to get raped. So an organization like the Aaron Brother, where there's a lot of problem with what they do, child exploitation, and some of them raping 14-year-old kid. Just happened last month where the one was sentenced. Are the one who's supposed to be doing the justice and protecting children. Trash, and they're the one protecting children. Target individual, stay strong and understand the trash around you are the loser the government uses. And when I mean losers, I'm not saying that they're not being successful in their career. It's just that's the point they lost. That's where they lost big time. Now my brain is going to go however it's going to go. Let me just say this. The brain is altered, manipulated. It's no longer your brain. There's nothing I've accepted. I've fully accepted. And it's funny with me, they create mental battles where they make me think I can I'm gonna win this mental battle. There's no mental battles. My brain is manipulated. If they want me to have this thought process, it's gonna go this way. If not, it's not gonna go. So for me, some of the trickeries is to make me think that I can have like some kind of mental battle. There's no mental battle. It's mental takeover. It's brain takeover. Thought process, the reasoning of certain everything is controlled. Stimulation, have this back and forth. That's all that's happening. There's no thought battle. There's no mental battle. There's no reasoning battle. It's brain altering, thought manipulation, reasoning manipulation. I'm a puppet. That they act like I'm not being a puppet. Stay strong and see this trash for what they are. And understand, yes, you are being manipulated. But understand that you're not who they design you to be. You're not these experiences that they make you experience. You're just a test subject to them. The trickery is to make you accept these manipulations, however extreme or non-extreme they are.